Hello, Mustangs. Okay, this week we are going to be talking about one of the best exercises you can do anywhere, whether you're at home, or you're at the youth center, or you're at a park, or you're with your grandparents, or you're with a friend, aunt, uncle. You can do push-ups. Now, a lot of you know kind of a little bit about this exercise, or you know a lot about this exercise. But today we're gonna get through it all, and we're gonna learn a lot about push-ups. Okay? Now, what is a push-up? Okay, a push-up is a body weight exercise. Okay? A body weight exercise. And since we've already learned about muscular endurance, push-ups are a muscular endurance exercise. Okay? Now, let's remember that muscular endurance is one of our 5 components of fitness, okay? And that means muscles exerting force repeatedly, usually many times over a period of time, okay? And there's no oxygen needed. I like to always tell kids that muscular endurance is always a good example of our warm-up exercises, okay? Okay, now that we know that push-ups are a muscular endurance exercise, well, why did Coach call them a body weight exercise? Well, if you look up here on the board, it's a body weight exercise because there's no equipment needed. You use your own body's weight, however much you weigh, to create the resistance. That means the effort of you pushing your own body weight creates the exercise, makes your muscles work, okay? Okay, the key muscles used during a push-up. Remember, a key muscle means the important ones, the ones that are doing the work. Okay? You have your chest, you have your triceps, and you have your core muscles. Remember, Coach always says your core is like your trunk around your body, like a trunk of a tree. Around your belly, your low back. It is what stabilizes, helps you balance your body. Okay? Okay, now that we know which muscles are used, the key muscles, we're going to talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts of a correct push-up, okay? Now, I like to talk about the don'ts first because it helps you do the do's. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is what we don't want to see when we're doing a push-up, okay? So listen up and follow along. Okay, with a push-up, you always start in a plank position. Now, we should all know planks. Coach says it's like a flat table, okay? Now, I don't want to see, this is one thing I don't want to see is what are called spaghetti noodles. No spaghetti noodles. Let me show you what that is. Okay? So, instead of being nice and flat, I see kids do this. That looks like a wet spaghetti noodle. Okay? You need to be up, you need to be flat. No spaghetti noodles. Okay? Okay, the next thing that I don't want to see during a push-up are called volcanoes. Now, we do volcanoes during yoga and other stretches, but not for push-ups. I don't want to see volcanoes. What's a volcano? Let me show you. Okay. Remember, we always want to be on our hands and toes, okay, or hands and knees, nice and flat, okay? Now, with a push-up, we don't want to start lifting our bottom in the air and doing them like this, because that is a volcano, okay? So, we don't want volcanoes, and we don't want spaghetti noodles, okay? It's not dinner. Okay, now that we know what not to do with our body, remember, we don't want to have our bottom too high and do volcanoes. We don't want to start sagging like a soggy spaghetti noodle. We always want to be nice and flat like a table, okay? So there's 3 ways to learn to do push-up. 3 ways that I like to teach kids and adults, okay? There's walls is the first step. Then chairs or boxes is the next step. And then lastly, we're going to get on the ground and do some push-ups. Okay, follow along and exercise with me right now. Okay, these are called walls. Walls is a great way to first practice doing push-ups and making sure that your hands are a little bit wider than your shoulders. And then when you come down, your elbows make a 90-degree angle like an L, okay? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to find a wall. Watch, coach. Okay, put your feet together. Okay, you're going to be up on your toes. Your hands wider than your shoulders, okay? And you're going to go into the wall and then straighten your arms. Now, look at your body. Is it flat? There, okay? My hands are wider than my shoulders. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sink into the wall all the way until my elbows make that L, 90 degree, and then push. Okay, now I'm going to come down and push. All right, you guys want to do 10? Let's do 10. Find your spot. Ready. Hands wider than your shoulders. Feet together. Okay, ready? And down. Up. 1. Down. Up. 2. Down. Up. 3. Down. Up. 4. Down. Up. 5. Down. Up. 6. Down. Up. 7. Down. Up. 8. Make sure your body's flat. Down. Up. 9. Down. Up. And 10. Awesome. Okay, next, which is a little bit harder, are called chairs or boxes. Okay, so you can use 2 chairs, you can use a sofa at home, you can use a bench, you can use a big box to put your hands on, and it has to be about a couple feet off of the ground, okay? Doesn't matter too high how much it is, okay? Now, first thing, remember, safety. If you're at home and you're using a box or a sofa chair or some benches, please, please, please make sure that they are stable. They're not going to move. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your hands as wide as your shoulders. You're going to go low so your elbows make that 90-degree angle, and then you're going to push back up. Okay? Now watch, coach, and let's follow along. Okay. My hands are as wide as my shoulders. My feet together, and the most important part is I am flat. Remember, no spaghettis, no volcanoes. Flat as a table, okay? Everybody ready? All right, ready, and down. Up, 1, down. Up, 2, down. Up, 3, down. Up, 4, down. Up, 5, down. 6, down, up, 7, down, up, 8, keep it flat, down, up, 9, down, up, and 10. Awesome job. Just remember, if your feet start slipping or you get tired, you need to take a break, just stop for a sec, rest, and start over, okay? Awesome job. Those are chairs or boxes. Okay, now let's get to the ground. Remember, flat on the ground are the hardest because as a body weight exercise, you're pushing the most of your weight because of gravity, okay? So here's my push-up trainer. It shows you where you can put your hands, and there's a pad there that shows you how low to touch your chest to the pad and come back up. Well, you guys don't have this at home, and you haven't come to PE yet this year, so just remember, when you get those elbows to 90 degrees like an L, okay, that means it's time to push back up. Let's do 10, modified with the knees on the ground, and let's do 10 flat, okay? Okay, modified ground push-ups are where you put your knees on the ground, you cross your feet behind you, and your feet are off the ground, but you still keep your body nice and flat. Okay? Let's follow Coach. Okay, remember your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. Scoot your knees back a little bit. Okay? Make sure your body's nice and flat. Pick up your feet and cross them behind you. Ready? And down. Up. 1. Down. Up. 2. Down. Up. 3. Down. Up. 4. Down. Up. 5. Down. Up. 6. Down. Up. 7. Down. Up. 8. Down. Up. 9. Down. Up. And 10. Okay, now we're going to do real flat push-ups, okay? Now follow along with me. I'm going to do 10. But if you need to stop and take a break, or you can only do 1 or 2, just rejoin me at any time, okay? All right, remember, no spaghetti noodles, no volcanoes, and try your best, okay? Okay. Hands wider than your shoulders. Make sure you start in a nice flat plank. Ready? And down. Up. 1. Down. Up. 2. Down. Up. 3. Down. Up. 4. Down. Up. 5. Stay nice and flat. Down. Up. 6. Down. Up. 7. Down. Up. 8. Down. Up. 9. Down. Up. And 10. Awesome work today practicing our push-ups. Okay? Now, I have a challenge for you all. I want you to pick one day out of the week, not a PE day, because you might be a little bit tired from PE, or pick a day that you don't do any other exercise, like maybe play a sport or go dancing, or pick a day that you don't do anything, and I want you to write down in a journal walls, chairs, and ground, okay? And what I want you to do as many walls as you can until your body starts getting not straight and you get tired. That's called fatigue. Write down that number. Then how many chair push-ups you can do, or use a sofa, or you can use a box, okay? And how many can you do until you get tired or you break your form? That means you're not doing it right, okay? And how many ground push-ups you can do. You can do modified, or you can pick flat, okay? Maybe you just do 1. And then write down for the next week. Pick that same day of the week. Maybe you did 2, okay? So look at Coaches. I did 15, 12, and 10. Now, by week 2, maybe I do 16, 13, and maybe I still do 10. That's okay. But maybe by week 8, I have 20, 15, and maybe 13 ground push-ups, okay? So that's your challenge. I want you guys once a week to practice these push-ups. It's going to build your chest, your triceps, your core. It's going to make you stronger, okay? That is your challenge, and I'm going to be checking up on you guys. And you guys let me know how it's going. Awesome work today, Mustangs.